One day I look like a kid from an 80s movie, and today I look like Congresswoman Clark. Get you a host that can do both.
What's happening, hot stuff?
Did Joe Rogan just sign the biggest deal in podcasts because he knows something we don't? Rachel McAdams says she's down to bring back this famous character of hers. And is President Trump a white nationalist? Soccer star Megan Rapinoe says he is, so we'll go through the evidence. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics. It's a big week for podcast news, apparently, because Joe Rogan, who's the host of the #1 podcast in the world normally, except for this week, Call Her Daddy is Beating Him, signed a $100 million deal with Spotify. This is huge because Joe Rogan has remained independent since 2009 when he first launched his show. The move starts officially in September and will be exclusively on Spotify by the end of the year. But wait. There's CUTEservatives. Another part of this deal is that the video version of the podcast, which you can currently watch on YouTube, will also only be available in full on Spotify. I can't help but wonder deep down if that's because Joe himself recently talked about the online suppression and unfair shadow banning going on with big tech and conservatives.
Project Veritas, James O'Keefe, when he was exposing that these Twitter executives were saying how they were talking about the strategies they use to silence MAGA users, to silence Trump supporters, and you just find certain algorithms and things they say, and then you make it so it's difficult to find their page. Like, that's creepy.
Right.
Like, you got to
Like
let
the shadow
people
banning?
choose.
Yeah.
You got to let people choose what they like and what they don't like, because there's a line, and you can keep moving that line, right? You can say, we don't want anyone who says anything bad, about X, Y, or Z.
Right. And who gets to be the arbiter of that decision?
What he said about letting people have a choice in what they see in their news feed and in their news, that is exactly what POPlitics is for. Don't get it twisted. I don't think all pop culture news should come from a conservative perspective. I also don't think all pop culture news should have a liberal purity filter on it. It's about giving people an equal opportunity to hear someone on the right discuss a story and for someone on the left to discuss a story. We want equal representation, not domination.
We are different people, but inside, we are same, but different.
This is why I can't thank you enough for leaving those 5-star reviews and subscribing on Apple Podcasts to the audio version of the show, because I want people to have the choice to listen to us if they want. But they need to know that we exist, so please keep leaving those reviews, CUTEservatives. Let's go, baby!
Great meeting, gang. Let's get to work!
Rachel McAdams was asked which of her characters she would play again if she ever had the opportunity, and she said Regina George from Mean Girls because it'd be fun to see where life took her.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
The only person who might be more excited than me to hear about a possible Mean Girls reunion is Lindsay Lohan. I mean, what the heck has she been up to? Last thing I heard, she was trying to kidnap children off the street.
You want to stay in a hotel tonight? Do you want to watch movies? Yeah. It'd be so cool, right? I won't leave until I take you.
I'm not like a regular kidnapper. I'm a cool kidnapper.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
U.S. soccer star and regular Trump hater Megan Rapinoe told Vice that the president was a white nationalist and went off, saying it's not like he's given them a bunch of jobs. It's not like he's made life really better for them. Talking about Trump supporters, he's just giving them a false reason why maybe they're not happy with their lives. There's been no sort of path forward.
I'm out of here.
Is it opposite day? Accusing the president of being a white nationalist is the least creative thing someone could say at this point. Would a white nationalist sign a bill to permanently provide more than $250 million a year to the nation's historically black colleges and universities? Would a white nationalist trailblaze through criminal justice reform and create empowerment zones that help black and brown communities? What about taking African American and Hispanic unemployment to the lowest it's been in 60 years before this unforeseeable pandemic? I'm genuinely asking.
Let's go! Let's go! High five to the camera!
If you want to talk about racist presidents, let's talk about Barack Obama, who listened to Reverend Jeremiah Wright's vile sermons every Sunday for years, where he viciously attacked whites, Jews, and America. Barack Obama loved hitting up Chicago with Reverend Louis Farrakhan and went to his rallies where Farrakhan regularly went off on Jews with anti-Semitic attacks, calling them a gutter religion and white people devils. I'll give Megan a pass on this, though, because the corrupt fake news media basically never reported on it, so how could she possibly know?
I propose a toast to the losers.
Okay, a little bit of bad news, a little bit of good news. I read that like 60% of all scripted TV shows are going to be delayed because of the pandemic. However, the one show that we are gonna get new content from is Keeping Up with the Kardashians. They've been filming. Oh, Kris Jenner has been on it. They've all gotten some iPhones, posted them up with lighting all around all of their houses, and they've been getting footage on footage on footage, including Kim Kardashian trying to homeschool Northwest. I am very excited for this. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, there's a juicy scandal brewing between pro-lifers and pro-choicers after a snippet was released from the new FX documentary about Jane Roe's life. That's Jane Roe from Roe v. Wade, and we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Please, heart this episode before you click out of this. Tag someone who needs to watch today's episode and share this to your stories. We work really hard, and that helps us. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics. Please subscribe, thumbs up, share this video, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss the conservative. And make sure you're following this show at POPlitics on Instagram for even more CUTEservative content. Click below to watch yesterday's episode.